Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to look at the classification part using QGIS. So for this you need two important data sets. One is the satellite imagery. Here I have taken the Landsat 8 satellite data. I have taken only band number from band 1 to band 5. As you all know, band 1 is aerosol, band 2 is blue, band 3 is green, band 4 red, and band 5 is NIR band. Apart from that, I also have a boundary shapefile layer. So this boundary is basically corresponding to the Chandigarh area, and also I have this satellite data for the same region. Now what we need to do is first you can open the QGIS. So this is QGIS 3.16. You can all download QGIS from QGIS download data repository on the online portal. And once this is done, for doing the classification we need to install a plugin that is called as semi-automatic classification plugin. This plugin is available if you go to the menu bar, click on plugins, and here you can go for manage and install plugin. It will take some time to fetch all the plugins from the repository. And the main thing about semi-automatic classification plugin is it can be called in into the QGIS window, and you can collect various signatures on the satellite data, and with respect to that you can analyze your entire imagery and classify the output. So here if I type semi-automatic, you can see this semi-automatic classification plugin. So this is available in QGIS 3.16. I suggest you to download the latest version of QGIS so that all these plugins are readily available. Here you need to check this and say install plugin. Since in my system I have already installed the plugin, it is showing uninstall plugin. Otherwise, if you are doing it for the first time, it will be shown as install plugin. So once you install this, you can close the plugin manager, and here you can go to view and then panels. In the panel you can click on SCP doc. So it will show you the SCP doc will show you the plugin, how it has been come onto the window here. As of now I will just close this. I'll go to project. I will take a new project now. So this is my new project. I want to verify the satellite data which I have downloaded. So I'll just take all these 5 bands into QGIS interface. So these are the satellite data sets which I have. Correspondingly, I will also check for the boundary file, that is the Chandigarh boundary file, shapefile.shp. So this also I will drag and drop here. So this is my region of interest. Today we are going to see how we can do classification for this particular region of Chandigarh. So the first step is you can go to the menu bar here. There is something called as SCP. If you click on that, then you can go to band set. Once you click on the band set, a separate window opens, that is the semi-automatic classification plugin window. So here you can just refresh the list so that it will fetch all the data which you have put in the layers panel, that is band 1 to band 5. Now you can select band 1 to band 5 holding shift and left click and then say add. So this will add to the band set here. So let me go ahead and add this. Now you can see I have added the data sets to all the different bands to band set here, and it is named as band set number 1. So this is how we add the bands to a band set. Then the next important step is to pre-process this. That is nothing but you can go for clip multiple rasters. So all these bands I want it to be cropped according to the area of interest. So here what I'm going to do is select input band set. It is band set number 1. That is what we did in the previous step. Now we can use a vector file for clipping. We already have the vector file, so I will use that for now. Click on use vector file for clipping and then say refresh the list. So boundary underscore Chandigarh 2 has been automatically loaded. Now you can say run. When you click on run, it will ask where you want to save the data. So here I am going to classification QGIS folder. Inside this I have the satellite and boundary folder. I will make a new folder. I will call this as CDG, that is Chandigarh underscore clipped. So this will give me the clip data. I'll select this folder and I'm telling all the bands, crop bands to be saved in Chandigarh clip data. So once the process is run, it will take few minutes because it has to clip multiple rasters, that is from band 1 to band 5. uh, Once the process is done, you can minimize the SCP plugin tray, and now you can see all the new bands has come up with the name clip underscore. So clip underscore, whatever name was there previously, that remains the same. So what I will do here is I will remove all the previous layers, that is the original layers, just to check how my data has been clipped. So if I zoom into this area of interest, now you can see it has been clipped properly to the Chandigarh boundary shape file. This is step number 2. Now let us go back to the SCP plugin. So here I will go to band set again. Now this time I will refresh it here. When I refresh, only the clip files, that is from band 1 to band 5, have come. So here I'll just clear this band set number 1 because we are going to do one more band set with the help of clip files. So you can clear this. Now press and hold the all the 5 different layers, and what you can do is you can add these to the band set information. So now if you see, all the bands have been added. Here I will do a small setting now. Wavelength unit for you can choose it as micrometer, and as you know, this is Landsat 8, so I am going directly to the Landsat 8. So here it is by default choosing band number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. However, in our data we have only bands from 1 to 5. So here after this process, it is going to take only band 2, 3, 4 and 5. Of course, with the help of 3, 4 and 5, we can create a false color composite. That is enough for our analysis. But if you want some more bands, you can add band number 6 and 7 as well. Now once after doing this setting, what we are going to do is we are going to go for pre-processing. In this we can select Landsat. We are going to do the processing for Landsat now. So directory containing Landsat bands, here what I will do is I will navigate this folder to clipped bands. So I'll select this folder clipped and then select MTL file. MTL file will be there with the Landsat data. Here if you observe, there is a file called underscore MTL at the last. So this has all the information about the satellite data. So now what I will do is I will go to this particular MTL file selection. I will go to the folder where I have saved the Landsat data. Here I'll choose underscore MTL and then say open. So once you load the MTL file, all the radiance unit and all, it has come here. So now what I will do is I'll choose apply DOS1 atmospheric correction. So I'm going to correct and change the values to reflectance in this particular step. So I'm going to do it for all these bands. So here after choosing all the data, I will select run. And now it is asking for a folder to choose. Now I'm going to give another folder that is folder number 3 underscore CDG underscore, I'll call it as reflectance, and then say I'll create a new folder by that name. So this I'll select and then say select folder. So once this process is done, you are ready to get the reflectance converted bands here. Since the process is running, you are unable to see. Once the process has been completed, now you can see here in the layer panel one more prefix has come, that is RT underscore clip. RT means reflectance. So now I will select all these clip bands and I'll just take it out from the display, remove layers. Okay, so now I have got the reflectance converted bands or the crop bands, that is band 2, band 3, band 4 and band 5. Okay, so this is how we do conversion from the clip rasters to reflectance in the third step. Now let us go to the fourth step. Next step, we can open the semi-automatic classification plugin again, go to band set. So here just give refresh list and I will close the band set number 2, and here in the band set number 1 I want these clips which I have already taken. So what I'm going to do is I will just take this out, I'll clear the band set and I will select band number 2 to 5 and then say add. So once you have added all these, now you can see the RT underscore clip, that means reflectance underscore clip has been added. So here once it has been added to the band set, we can just minimize this, and here by default we have the band combinations, that is the false color composite combinations 432 and 321. I'll just select 432. So now you can see the false color composite imagery for Chandigarh region has been developed. These are some of the inbuilt band combinations for false color composites. If you want to save this virtual band set, you can right click, export, save as. By default it is taking GeoTIFF. You can just browse to wherever you need to save the data. Here I'll give it as cdg underscore fcc, save, then say OK. So now it has been saved. What you can do is if you want some other band combinations, that also you can use. For example 321, so 321 will be assigned for RGB. If I take 432, now here in our band combinations, band number 4 is the red band. I mean here the number 4 is the NIR, number 3 is the red and number 2 is the green. So here obviously the 432 will be NIR, red and green. That is how you are seeing the false color composite image for the selected region. So now the next step is to digitize the region of interest and obtain the signatures for our classification process. So what I will do is I will go to again view and panels and SCP doc. So I'll take the SCP doc. Here I will click on training input, and here what you're going to do is you need to first create a new training input. So once you click on this, you can go to the main folder. Here I will choose it as 4 underscore training and then say save. So all the signature what I am going to take will be saved in that particular file, that is 4 underscore training.scp. Now here training input, there is there are two different things. One is MCID, that is the macro class ID, and then is the class ID. So what we can do here is macro class. First let us try to collect some urban signatures, and class ID is 1. Class name I will take it as buildings, and once this is done, you can just go here in the toolbar, you can say create ROA polygon. You can select on this and you can zoom in to the pixels where you have the urban layer. So you can choose these pixels as you want. Once you left click, the polygon will close. Similarly, I will take a couple of more signatures. When you are taking the second signature, please don't forget to press and hold control. So 2 signatures have been taken. Similarly, I will take some more signatures for urban area. please keep in mind, more the signature you take, better the accuracy of your classification. So this I am digitizing here. This is the fourth signature. Similarly, I will take some more signature within the core city area. So I have taken fifth signature, and here I will take the sixth signature for Chandigarh region. Okay, and I'll take some of the mixed kind of urban land use, that is the building land use here. Okay, so basically here I have taken 6 different signatures for urban region. One more signature here I'll just take for this. Here it is somewhat like mixed building, so one more signature I'll collect here. And the second signature where I had taken, close to that I will take one more signature. So basically I am trying to digitize at least some 6 to 8 signatures, but ideally speaking you can use more number of signatures for that particular area. So buildings I have taken at least 6 signatures. Now what I'll do is I'll save this signature, that is save ROI, save temporary ROI to training input. I'll click on this. Now the signatures are being saved in the 4 underscore training SEQ. So here you can see the first macro class is urban, and within urban we have buildings. Respective color also is shown. I'll change this to red, and I'll also change this color to red. Subclass, that is buildings. Now second thing what I'm going to do is class ID number 2. Here I'm trying to take roads. Let us say I'll take couple of road signature. You can identify few road structures. So this particular thing is a road. Okay, now similar to that I'll take this particular road here. So then we have one more road structure here. I'll try to digitize this. So please be careful while selecting this kind of roads. Because I know this particular area, I'm directly going and digitizing, but it is advisable to study the area prior. Where are the roads and how the road locations are present in that particular image. Based on that you can go for digitizing the roads. Now I have taken sufficient road signatures. I will just say add. So now the roads has been added under the urban category itself. I'll change this color to red as well. Okay, fine. I don't know So now moving ahead, the macro class ID I will change it to 2. Now I'm going to take the vegetation signature. Class ID is 3. I will not change it. So vegetation I will call it as dense underscore forest, and then say digitize. So here I'll take this particular vegetation as just a minute. So here I have started collecting the vegetation signature. Here next to the lake also we can find some dense vegetation. Similarly, here I have the highlands or the Shivaliks region where we have a lot of pine forest and other kind of tall structures trees. That is why you are finding it different. So I have taken at least 5 or 6 samples for vegetation. So now what I will say is save. So vegetation has been added, that is the dense forest. Macro class is 2 and micro class ID is 3. I'll try to change this to green color. Similarly, subclass also I will change. Fine. Now I'll take one more class for vegetation, that is plantation. So the lighter shades of red I'll consider it as plantations. And then we have one more method of getting the deformation, that is energy. Here we'll be learning about the principle of virtual and strain energy and how we can apply this principle. So these kind of lighter shades of red, I'm digitizing it as plantation. Once it is done, I'll just say add. So now the plantation has been added under the category of vegetation, but as a subclass. I'll also change this color to green. Next, by default it is taking class ID as 5, but macro class is 2. Here I'll change the macro class to 3. My third major category is water. So in water I am trying to digitize lakes. So here I will start collecting the signature for lakes. Similarly, I will also try to collect the darker pixels. So since I had not press and hold control, the previous signatures are gone. So now this time I am holding control so that I will get all the signatures what I have digitized for water. Yes, so I have taken 3 signatures for this particular lake. Similarly, I will take some more signature for water here. So I have collected 4 signatures for water. This is also a water body. So I'll take these signatures as well. And once it is done, I'll say save. Now since this particular region doesn't have any river flowing, I have taken only lakes under the water category. But what you can do is you can also include few rivers as a subcategory under water. That depends upon the area what you are considering. Now this color was somehow not changed, so I will just change it. Water, I'll take it as blue. Subcategory of water is also blue, and plantation I'll take it as green. Okay, then last category I'll consider it as 4 and other land use type. So here I'll choose it as barren lands and then start taking the ROI. Now these barren lands look somewhat very brownish in color in some areas. And here also I'll try to choose some more signatures for barren land. So the lighter shades of green are actually agriculture lands, but here in my classification I'm trying it to put it in barren land itself. If you want, you can digitize it separately as a agriculture land. So these are the lighter shades which are directly corresponding to the barren lands. I have taken around 6 or 7 different kind of signatures. I'll just say save. So once the signatures are saved, then you can directly go for changing the colors. Others I'll put it as yellow. Somehow this plantation color is not changing to the green. As of now I'll keep it as such, but later we can change it. Now after this, what we can do is we can go and activate the activate classification preview pointer. If you click on this and if you click on image wherever you want to see the classification how it has been done, so this is how the classification is that is showing for this particular area. So here we can see how the urban area, and green is nothing but vegetation, blue is water, and if we click near the lake area, now we can see the lake is completely classified as water, that is blue color, and surroundings you have the urban area and other green area. So this is how we do the classification. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how we can generate the final classified map. For that I'm going to the semi-automatic classification plugin, and here in the band processing you can go for classification. Input band is band set number 1, use macro class id, yes. So here algorithm I'll choose it as maximum likelihood, and directly I'm going to run this algorithm for these settings so that I will get the final classified output. Here it is asking where to save. I will give it here as cdg underscore classified underscore 1. So that is the classified, that will be the classified image name. I'll give it as save. Now it has started running in the background for the particular band set what we had chosen. After completing the run, you can just minimize this tray and see how well it has been classified. This is the classified image for Chandigarh region. There are some issues in this particular image, that is, you can see many places it has been misclassified. This is basically due to the signature collection. I have taken only representative signatures, but when you try and do it for a much larger area, you can collect some more signatures and your accuracy will be higher. So I hope you have understood the process of supervised classification using semi-automatic plugin. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Thank you very much.